Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are still hanging in there for Bitcoin right now. We do, in fact, have a fair few things to talk about for today's stream. I do, in fact, want to give you guys a little update what's happening with Bitcoin right now tonight, and of course, I want to show you guys a fair few charts, okay, for Bitcoin, right? And the real question here is, since we know Bitcoin did in fact have this crash, and not just Bitcoin, but pretty much the entire cryptocurrency market. So we saw a lot of altcoins having a crash, right? So are we expecting to see Bitcoin to crash even more? So that's exactly what I want to talk about for today's stream. So guys, before we get into it, give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that as always. And I guess let's just begin with today's stream. So yes, we know Bitcoin did in fact tumble, and of course Ethereum and other altcoins did in fact have a pretty decent crash, I must say. Okay, this is in fact a decent crash. We haven't seen a crash like this ever since when FTX went bankrupt and they pretty much shut down, and we saw Bitcoin and other altcoins absolutely crashing. It's been a while since we've seen a crash like this much, right? So it's been a while. But I'm telling us right now, and I've been telling us many times, with this crash that is happening right now for the crypto market, we shouldn't be panicking. Even though, yes, I understand people are spooked out by this, okay, especially if you guys are in fact newcomers into the crypto space, right? You guys are not used to this. But I told you guys many times, if you literally were around in 2022, right, those days when we were in fact in a bear market, everything was absolutely crashing. We know 2022 was a terrible year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? Absolutely terrible. One of, not the worst, but literally one of the worst years ever in crypto history. You know what I mean? That year was absolutely terrible. Everything was just absolutely collapsing. So much FUD was spreading right around the crypto space, and of course we saw a lot of crypto exchanges shutting down. Right, we saw FTX, we saw Celsius, we saw BlockFi, and many more. Okay, and of course we saw Terra Luna. Who remembers, right, when Terra Luna was absolutely collapsing and just crashing? That was bad times, and that obviously caused the entire crypto market to fall a lot as well. So that entire year in 2022 was literally the worst year. So I'm telling us right now, if you were around in 2022, you would understand that what we are saying right now for Bitcoin and crypto is nothing compared to what we saw last year. So if you literally survived last year in 2022, you can literally survive anything, like literally anything. So understand, okay, even though yes, Bitcoin did in fact have this crash, this is literally nothing, guys, compared to what we saw, last year, right? I've seen Bitcoin in like a matter of 24 hours drop over 10%. Okay, even like 15%, 16%, 17% at some points, I remember, right? So this is literally nothing, guys. But understand, okay, Bitcoin right now, yes, it did in fact have a drop. Right now, Bitcoin's currently sitting at $26,000, and it is in fact consolidating. So this is in fact the daily time frame. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you guys clearly see that Bitcoin is in fact right now consolidating at this level of pretty much $26,000. And if you guys did in fact watch yesterday's stream, and of course my videos that I've uploaded yesterday, I did in fact mention, right, what is Bitcoin's next move, right? Since Bitcoin did in fact have this drop, what is Bitcoin's next upcoming moves in the next few days, right? And I told you guys that we might actually potentially see Bitcoin consolidate and of course drop further down to the downside. Okay, and the reason why I think Bitcoin will drop further down, guys, okay, right? So I don't think this crash is over. I think we might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside. Now, the reason why I say that is because Bitcoin, okay, did in fact break this trend line just recently, right? When this crash did in fact occur, we saw Bitcoin, break this trend line, right? Pretty much the support level. So, it's going to drop further down to the downside. Now, I do in fact see Bitcoin dropping maybe down to like 25,000 to maybe even 24, maybe even 23. Like, no one actually realistically like really knows where Bitcoin is heading, okay, before it does in fact bounce back up to like the 30K range. But understand that we might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, like slightly a bit more than where it is right now. Okay, and who knows, we might actually see Bitcoin, continue at this level of 26K. It might just move on its side. Bitcoin likes to do that. Okay, a fair bit. We saw a couple of months ago Bitcoin was in fact consolidating at this level right here. You guys clearly see that, right? So Bitcoin likes to consolidate a fair bit. Okay, and it's understandable. And that's obviously a perfect opportunity to DCA. But yeah, we're gonna most likely see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, 100%. So just a warning, guys. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know that. Okay, since Bitcoin did in fact break this trend line, like most likely we will in fact see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, right? So we will see, guys. I will obviously keep you guys updated on that. But today, the market is slightly bouncing back up. We are in fact seeing Bitcoin holding at this level, like I said, at 26K. We're seeing Ethereum holding at 1600. And a fair few altcoins are in fact slightly, bouncing back up. Okay, having a slight pump today. So you guys clearly see overall the market is up over 1%. Okay, so we are in fact seeing, like I said, some tokens, okay, some altcoins pumping. You guys see XRP as of right now is pumping 8%. Okay, earlier this morning it was sitting at 51 cents. Let me have a look at TradingView. So XRP is in fact having a slight pump, slightly, nothing too crazy though, but it is in fact having a slight pump. So like I said earlier this morning, it was in fact sitting at 51 cents around this level right here, and you guys clearly see ever since then, a couple hours later, okay, we are in fact in the 1 hour time frame. XRP is in fact slightly bouncing back up to closer to hitting 55 cents. So yeah, XRP is pumping 8%. Okay, you guys clearly see Cardano 1%. Same with Dogecoin. Solana pretty much is the same. Tron is not that great. We know that, right? Tron has been out for a while and it does not move. Okay, so I don't even know why this altcoin is still in the top 10, to be honest with you. But you guys can clearly see other altcoins. Not all of them are in fact moving. You guys can see Sheep is not moving. Polkadot is not really moving. Still up 1% though. Polygon is not really moving as well. Litecoin 1%. Avalanche 1% as well. Chainlink slightly moving. Nothing too crazy though. But you guys can clearly see some altcoins are in fact moving. Cosmos is moving 4%. Great to see. HBAR is actually down today 4%. We actually saw HBAR yesterday. I think it was yesterday, like pumping. Right, you guys can see for the past week it's up over 10%. So HBAR has in fact been pumping, so it's understandable why today it is in fact having a drop. But yeah, a fair few altcoins are in fact pumping. You guys can see VeChain's pumping as well. So that's always, great to see. But yeah, a fair few altcoins tonight, they are in fact having a slight pump up. So that's, always great to see, I guess. Now let's get into these charts that I really, really want to show you guys, okay? Because I know you guys haven't seen these charts yet. But Stock Money Lizards has posted this, and this is really, really important, right? So we know right now we are in fact in the pre-halving section. Okay, so we are in fact in the pre-halving. We know the halving, okay, the official halving for Bitcoin is in fact about to happen literally in the next few months time, next year in April. So we will in fact be expecting Bitcoin, and not just Bitcoin but other altcoins, right, to pump like crazy for the next bull market, right? So we're gonna have another bull run, okay, once the halving actually happens. But understand, once the halving happens, guys, we're not gonna see the market move straight away. You know what I mean? We've got to give it a few weeks time, and of course a few months time, and then it will move. Like back in 2020, our most previous halving event for Bitcoin, you guys clearly see it happened right in May, and we didn't see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? You guys clearly see that. But obviously a few months time, that's when Bitcoin really moved up. So I think the same exact thing is going to happen for 2024. And that's why I've been mentioning, the end of the year in 2024, that's when we're going to really see Bitcoin pump. And of course, throughout 2025. Okay, so be excited for that, guys. So understand, yes, right now, short term, we're going to see Bitcoin potentially have more, pullbacks down to the downside. Okay, and of course, we're going to have little ups, little pumps every now and then, little dumps, right? nothing too crazy because we are in fact in the pre-halving, and of course we are in fact in recovery mode for Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin reached a bottom, and now it's slowly slowly recovering from its previous bottom, which was around 15k. So understand, Bitcoin is not going to move like crazy, right? We're still in bear conditions. We're pretty much still in a bear market. We're not 100% in the next bull market just yet, but I will say this: we are in fact in the early stages. Okay, we all know that. So simply just buy and hold, guys. That's all I can really say right now. Okay, for everyone that's wondering, right now, in my opinion, is the perfect time to DCA into Bitcoin and to buy more Bitcoin, to stack more Bitcoin and all that, right? And not even just Bitcoin, like your favorite altcoins too. Right now is the perfect time to do all that, okay? It really, really is, okay? So yes, we know Bitcoin is in fact about to, have this massive bull run. So Bitcoin right now is forming a triangular consolidation just before a massive bull run. Okay, so that's always great to see some bullish patterns happening for Bitcoin, and this will eventually happen, guys. Please understand this, right? This will eventually happen. So I think we're gonna see this in the next, obviously, like few months. Okay, mate. Like in the next few weeks, yes, we might actually see Bitcoin maybe stay below 30k for quite some time. Personally, that's just what I see, Bitcoin doing short term. But in the next few months, and of course the next few years, 2024 and of course 2025, we're gonna see Bitcoin shoot up. So that's that. Now, yes, the halving, you guys can see in previous years when the halving actually happened, that is where Bitcoin really tends to pump the most, right? You guys clearly see that. So 2012, we saw the halving happen for Bitcoin, okay, and then of course 2013, that's when it like really pumped. Same with 2016, okay, halving happened, and then of course 2017, what happened? We saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping up to the upside. And I told you guys many times, like 2017, I think that was the year when a lot of people started to get into Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin was absolutely pumping. There was just so much FOMO, I felt like, and a lot of people were in fact talking about Bitcoin because it was just pumping so much. Like it reached like almost $20,000 for the very first time, okay, for Bitcoin. Like it literally made history. So yeah, I felt like 2017 was the year when a lot of people got into, Bitcoin and crypto, right? And started to talk more about it. Even like news channels and news articles started to, talk more about like Bitcoin and all that. And then of course, our most previous halving, okay, back in 2020, we know what happened, right? In 2020, once it actually happened, okay, we didn't see Bitcoin pump shorter, but it was slowly moving up to the upside. And then of course, end of 2020 and of course early 2021, that's when we really saw things kick in and Bitcoin was absolutely pumping. So 2024, expect pretty much the same thing. Okay, expect the same thing, guys. Okay, we're gonna see Bitcoin pump towards the end of 2024, and then of course throughout 2025, that's where I'm gonna see Bitcoin just continue to pump up to the upside. And understand, guys, in the next bull market, it's not gonna be anything like it's going to be even more insane than these other bull markets that we have in fact been seeing throughout Bitcoin history. And the reason why I say that is because we know a lot of institutions, right, the big guys, I'm talking about BlackRock, I'm talking about Vanguard, Invesco, okay, and many more other institutions, right, the big ones are gonna get into Bitcoin, right? They're gonna chuck in literally trillions of dollars into the market. So just think about that, right? So expect big moves, massive runs, okay, bull runs in the next bull market, guys. Okay, that's all I really gotta say. Okay, so just be prepared for that, because I think in the next bull market it's gonna be so crazy. It's gonna be like nothing compared to what we saw in previous bull markets, right? So we know Bitcoin is in fact about to have a bull run, okay? It's going to obviously reach a new all-time high. Now, where is Bitcoin's top going to be? No one actually really knows. Everyone's obviously making predictions here. So this chart is indicating that we might actually see Bitcoin reach all the way up over 200K, right? That's exactly what it's showing right here. So 150K to 300K is very, very possible. And I've been mentioning this many times, my personal prediction for, Bitcoin's next all-time high, its new all-time high in the next bull market in 2025 is going to be around maybe even 200K to 250. So yes, to even $300,000. Okay, you guys understand The reason why I skip $100,000 is because that's easily going to happen for Bitcoin. Okay. We know Bitcoin's previous all-time high was around 69K. It wasn't 70K like what it's showing here, but it was in fact pretty much, 70K. It was like 69K, close to 70K. So understand, right, in the next cycle, in the next bull cycle, Bitcoin's going to easily reach, that level of its previous highs. And of course, it's going to reach, 90 to 100 to 150. Yeah, that's easily going to happen, right? If trillions of dollars are coming into the crypto market, that's, easily going to happen for Bitcoin, right? So that's that. Now, yes, this photo pretty much just shows you guys how early we are for Bitcoin, right? And I told you guys many times, right? All these big institutions, right, are in fact coming in for Bitcoin and crypto, right? Just the crypto space in general. So we know BlackRock is the main one here, okay, and they are in fact buying into Bitcoin. Okay, they're filing for Bitcoin ETFs. We know that, right? So BlackRock, okay, they're gonna be chucking literally trillions of dollars into the market. So just think about that. Okay, and of course there's Apple, okay, potentially, right? I don't know if this is actually true, but potentially Apple, and of course other institutions are in fact going to get in. Okay, and of course new investors, new retail investors, right, in general are going to get into Bitcoin and crypto. Like, it's quiet now because I feel like a lot of people don't want to, get into the crypto space just yet because it's boring, right? It's boring, it's slow, it's still down, okay? So it seems like a lot of people would like to FOMO in, right? It's just how our human brains operate, I guess, okay? Especially for the people that don't really care, right? Because I feel like ever since, obviously, the bear market happened in 2022, I felt like, people just, left crypto pretty much, right? That's just what I felt like. And I think it's actually true. I'm pretty sure, we can all agree on that one, that a lot of people did in fact leave, the crypto space. So personally, okay, I feel like once the next bull market actually happens, okay, we're gonna, see more new investors coming back in, and just people in general, right? People that have left crypto, they're gonna come back in. So you can just imagine, guys, like literally a lot of money is gonna be poured into the crypto market in the next, bull market, right? So be ready for that. And that's why I really do believe we're still early. And of course, guys, like, that's why I really do believe, in the next bull market's going to be completely different compared to, these previous bull markets that we have, in fact, been seeing throughout Bitcoin history. Because the next one's going to be absolutely insane. We're going to see Bitcoin reach hundreds and thousands of dollars. So I do see Bitcoin, like I said, reaching around 200K to even 300K in the next bull market, right? I really, really do. So we're still early, guys. And just in general, Bitcoin is so early that, check this out, okay? So it says here, this person literally just tweeted this out. Pardon me. So it says here, I found this pretty interesting. So I really wanted to show you guys this, I guess. But it says here, buying crypto now is like buying a house back in the 1900s. So 1963 for $18,000. And that's absolutely insane. A house back in 1963 was going for over like under 20K. You know what I mean? That's actually insane, guys. Like, we know if you wanted to buy a house today, it'll be over that price easily. It's like worth hundreds and thousands of dollars for a house, right? We know that. So that's why I always, tell you guys, property is actually a #1 investment for sure. But yeah, anyways, buying crypto now is like buying a house in 1963 for $18,000. Every generation has a chance to build generational wealth. Our grandparents could buy houses. Our parents could buy stocks. We only have crypto. That's it. It's the only chance. So yes, I feel like this generation where we live in today, especially like all the young folks, including myself, I'm in my 20s, right? I'm currently 24, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, I feel like, especially all, the kids out there, all the teenagers, and just people like in their 20s and whatnot, even in their 30s, right, are in fact investing more into crypto other than like stocks. You know what I mean? But obviously people are in fact investing into like stocks and whatnot and properties, building their own businesses. I understand that, but a lot of people, okay, are in fact getting into crypto as well, especially during this generation. So what this person is saying is like buying crypto today is like pretty much buying a house back in the 1963 for $18,000. And I also have mentioned this a fair few times that, you know, buying crypto today, guys, like this is how early Bitcoin is and just cryptocurrency in general. Okay, this is how early we are. Like back in what, early 2000s, even back in the 1900s, right, when the internet first came out, a lot of people were making fun of it. A lot of people thought they weren't gonna use it, right? It's just like that, right? That's what crypto is today, guys. Okay, and that's how us, like how I imagine how early we are in, you know, the crypto space. Okay, because you guys understand like this crypto market will get way bigger over time, right? Of course, I'm talking long term. You know, you guys understand, you know, crypto has only been around for like over 13 years, up like coming up to 14 years now, I believe. So if you guys really think about it, this space has been, you know, hasn't even started yet, right? Compared to, let's just say, the stock market, right? The stock market has been around for literally decades, for the longest time. Even gold, right? How long has gold been around? For literally the longest time, right? So understand that the crypto market, right? The crypto space hasn't even started yet. We're still in, you know, the early days, guys. Right? Okay, we're still in the early stages here. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, right? They look at, like, for example, they look at the price of Bitcoin, they think it's too late to invest. You guys understand when you're investing into Bitcoin, you don't have to invest, you know, $30,000 into Bitcoin. You know, you can literally just invest as little as like $1, right? So that's that. But yeah, this is a good pointer, okay, of where crypto is going to be heading, you know, in the future, right? Because we are still early. Okay, a lot of people don't understand that. I'm pretty sure a lot of us do, right? If you guys are in fact, you know, genuinely in the crypto space, then you guys would understand how early we are. But I feel like a lot of people that are new to the space don't understand how early we really are with Bitcoin and crypto, right? We are super early, okay? It's literally just like buying a house back in 1963 for $18,000. And of course, the early days of the internet, okay? That's where crypto is right now. So it's going to get way bigger, guys. Mark my words. Like this crypto market is going to be way bigger than where it is now, compared to where it will be in the next, you know, few years. Mark my words. And I'm pretty sure, you know, we can all agree on that one. But here's another photo that I want to show you guys from Michael Saylor, okay, the man himself. He just tweeted this out, okay? So pretty much the performance of other assets. Okay, so you guys can clearly see this is the performance since August 10th of 2020 when MicroStrategy adopted its Bitcoin strategy. So you guys can clearly see ever since then, from August 10th of 2020, Bitcoin has had a return of 118%, over 100%. So just think about that, right? That's just Bitcoin, 118%. And if you look at like other assets like the S&P 500, 30% return, okay, NASDAQ, right, 21% return, and gold, bonds, and silver are down, right? So a lot of people like gold, okay? A lot of people like gold, and I have nothing against gold, but I just don't like how gold doesn't move. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, gold is not as volatile as like Bitcoin, but understand like Bitcoin moves so much more than gold. Even though yes, Bitcoin does in fact, you know, have crashes every now and then, but gold just doesn't move. You know, I believe gold right now is currently at like $1,800. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember like a couple months back, I think it was like almost at like $2,000, but it's dropped obviously. But yeah, gold does not move, guys. Okay, so I have nothing against it. I don't invest in gold. Like literally the only like asset I really invest in, guys, is just crypto as of right now. But you know, in the next few years, I really want to start investing into properties as well, because we know property is obviously a #1 investment, right? But as of right now, I don't invest into the stock market. I don't invest in like bonds, gold, S&P 500. I don't invest in any of that. Literally, the only asset I really invest in so far is literally just Bitcoin and crypto, right? Especially Bitcoin. That's like literally it. Like I'm promised. Like that's it. But yeah, you guys can see gold is down 7% ever since 2020 August. Bonds 19% and silver 20%. Right, so this is why I always tell you guys to stick with Bitcoin and understand, guys. Right, like tell me, for the past like over 10 years, name another asset that has performed way better than Bitcoin, because we know Bitcoin back 2013, pretty much 10 years ago, it was at like $100, like over $100. And I think 2013 was actually the first year we actually saw Bitcoin reach what, like over $100 for the very first time. And now 10 years later, it's worth tens and thousands of dollars. So just think about that. And at one point, yes, Bitcoin was in fact worth, over 60K, almost 70K per coin, right? So understand that, guys. Like there's no, like I can't even imagine another asset that has performed way better than Bitcoin, throughout the past few years, especially throughout, the past like decade, right? 10 years. Like Bitcoin has performed so well, you know what I mean? Like literally. So that's that. So Bitcoin is clearly the winner here, guys. Okay, 118%. That's absolutely insane. I think it would have been like a 3 year. Yeah, this would have been like pretty much 3 years. So that's that, guys. But yeah, the Fin Greed Index right now is currently at 37. So it seems like investors, okay, are still sort of fearful. Okay, I'm not expecting this to go back up to neutral anytime soon. To be honest with you guys, I'm expecting this to be in fear mode for quite some time in the left area. So right now it's at 37, it's still in fear. Yesterday was at 39. Of course, still in fear last week. We were neutral last month. We were in fact in neutral as well. So obviously, ever since we had this crash for Bitcoin, right? It's a decent crash, I must say, right? Ever since then, obviously, I feel like a lot of people, especially retail investors, are in fact feeling, fearful right now. Okay, and I've told you guys many times we should not be panicking at all. Even though yes, a lot of people are in fact panicking for no reason, and they are in fact panic selling. And I told you guys, right? Do the complete opposite of what everyone else is doing. If people are in fact fearful, you got to be greedy. So if people are in fact panicking and panic selling, right, you got to do the opposite and just completely be greedy and buy and stack. And this is obviously, the best time right now, in my opinion, to buy as much Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins, right? This is the best time to do all that, right? To invest. Okay, it really, really is. Now, if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today, I talked about, why you can make, life-changing wealth with crypto right now. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, a lot of these crypto coins, okay, a lot of these projects are in fact still so cheap. Like they're literally dirt cheap. I've been telling you guys that many times. So this is literally your once in a lifetime opportunity to get into, the crypto space at a decent time. Okay. So your favorite, crypto coins are cheap right now, especially Bitcoin is cheap right now as well. We all know that. And the reason why, guys, okay, you guys hear me say a lot, why this is the biggest opportunity right now for crypto is because the reason why I say that, right, why I think personally right now is the best opportunity, like to get into, the crypto space because these low prices, right, is because understand, guys, we know we are in fact about to enter, the next bull market, right? We know that. And I really do believe once the next bull market actually happens, Bitcoin is obviously going to pump majority, not all of them, right? But majority of these altcoins, especially the top projects, right? The top guys in the market, right? They will pump. And potentially majority of them, not all of them, but majority of them will potentially reach back up to their previous all-time highs and of course reach a new all-time high. And of course, along the way, new altcoins obviously, gonna come in, right? So understand, guys, once these prices actually, reach a new all-time high or, go back up to its previous all-time highs, we will never see these prices ever again, right? So for example, Cardano, it's currently at 26 cents, right? And I do think Cardano has potential in the next bull market, and right, and once we actually see Cardano pump, we will potentially never see Cardano at 26 cents ever again. That's just my personal thoughts, right? We might, but understand that we might not. Even Solana, right? Solana, Polkadot, Polygon, Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin doesn't move. I don't even know why I said Litecoin. Like, Litecoin has been around ever since like 2011, and it just hasn't moved at all. But don't worry about Litecoin. I mean, I don't mind Litecoin. I did in fact invest a fair bit into it, but not too much. But I'm still holding majority of my Litecoins. I haven't really sold. But that's that. I might actually take some profits in the next bull market. We will see. But yeah, Litecoin, Avalanche, Chainlink, right? You guys know I'm a huge fan of Chainlink. Like, understand, when the next bull market actually happens, right? And we see majority of these projects, pumping and of course reaching back up to previous all-time highs potentially, and of course reaching a new high, we will never see these prices ever again. Understand that. So this is why I think, right now is the best time to get in, and the biggest once in a lifetime opportunity to buy majority of these projects at a cheap price, right? So that's why that's what I think, guys. Okay, when I'm looking at these prices for majority of these altcoins and of course Bitcoin itself, right? So that's that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today, you should definitely check them out. I really would appreciate that. I feel like those videos are actually really important, especially my most previous one. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out. And I think you guys would, potentially, learn something. Oh, it's getting a bit too cold. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoy this one. Give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that as always, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.